Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna just take some time and rant a bit about why I made my channel, and I've inserted some game footage for you to watch as you listen, just to make sure you're entertained. So I thought I'd take the time to discuss just exactly what it was that made me want to start a channel in the first place. That way you can get a better understanding of who I am and kind of what drives my creation of content for your viewing pleasure. So to start out, I was about 12 years old when me and a friend we started making content for using Flash for Newgrounds. Sure, we never made a huge hit, but I remember in seventh grade, my math teacher was just flattered with how awesome it was that we were working together in our free time to just have a little fun and make things for people. So I've always considered just making one person entertained a victory, and YouTube has literally given me the opportunity to reach thousands. As it stands right now, my channel has about 9,718 views, which is way more than pretty much ever could have expected, and I'm just so happy. So at this point in time, I'm going to say thank you for the help if you've been a viewer in the past, and hopefully we can reach that 10,000 goal sometime soon. So I'm going to tell you a bit about some of the things I might use this channel for in the future. Now, I have been a huge gamer all my life, and it's been a huge passion of mine. So I would like you to think about what got you into video games while I continue this discussion about why it's so important to me. So I try not to delve too far into my personal life because obviously I'm airing it in public on here. But my parents divorced when I was 2 years old. So obviously we didn't get to spend as much time with our parents as we wanted. My mom, she was a nurse, so you know how those hours can be. You're always on call, etc. so forth. So I was lucky enough to have a brother who unfortunately suffered from way crazy ADHD. And one of the ways I could get him to calm down and entertain us was just to to play a video game. Um, it still fills my heart with joy thinking of the days that we played co-op games, and of course we did a lot of other things too. But I learned through that video games can sort of be a therapy for people. Now sometimes people like to escape reality, right? And what better way than don the character who saves the world or whatever your go-to type might be. So I hope I gave you enough time to think about it. I would like to hear your reasons in the comments section below. I'm still a small channel, so I can afford the luxury of getting involved with my community. And that's something I hold very dear to my heart. So now, as you probably noticed looking throughout my channel's videos, you might have been brought here maybe by one of the AMVs or animated music videos I made. I've been a fan of anime since high school, and some examples of my personal favorites are Hellsing, love Attack on Titan, and Berserk. That's old school, but is really good. But hopefully you're 18 when you watch it because it will destroy your feels, and it gets pretty graphic near the end. So obviously my tastes are quite dark when it comes to anime. I prefer your blood and gore and so forth. But making an AMV is something different I like to delve into once in a while. Okay, obviously I cannot make any money off of copyrighted material, just like the NHL videos, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. I do it purely for my entertainment and hopefully yours if it strikes your fancy. So we're going to talk about what first got me into hockey. So I've been a huge fan since the Winter Olympics in Vancouver when Ryan Miller just stood on his head and got the United States a silver medal. Yeah, it wasn't as good as winning gold, but it was nice seeing your countrymen battle the at-home favorites in such a crazy good duel. So I went out and bought a PS3 game, NHL 9 I think it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a while, but it had a Ovechkin on the cover. So if you know which one that is, throw it in the comments, prove me wrong. I didn't know DC had a hockey team due to the lack of coverage in my area. I'm from the South, so obviously it's not huge here, but it's starting to grow in my state. Uh, Ovechkin is a big part of that, but it's just the exposure, and Ted Leon's this has been so good for our community. Just getting people aware and into it. It's amazing. I love that man. Anyways, we ended up losing that year to Montreal in a killer performance by Halleck. I mean, it was probably the best Caps team I've seen here in DC since. But my passion was ignited, and I've watched every game since, including the preseason. So I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping things up here. I hope you enjoyed learning more about me and more about why I'm driven to create content for my channel. If you'd be so kind, drop a like, maybe a subscribe. Mad kudos to your direction. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I hope to see you back here. As I stated before, feedback is always appreciated here. Just keep it classy. You know, why should we be enemies when we can be friends, right? So, your opinion is just as valuable as mine. Voice it in the comments. See yous around.